So good afternoon, everybody. This is Lisa Ware. Um, Lisa Ware Reid, Senior Group Leader. It's the Yessave team coaching. And guys, it's a very auspicious day to quote the emails that we've all received. Probably one of the biggest updates that has come out. It has been trialed, not by me. And the reason it hasn't is that actually I didn't put myself forward because of all the stuff that's been going on with my mum. And I didn't feel that I would be a fair person to trial it with because I haven't been able to put the numbers in as I normally would. So I wouldn't have been much use to them. That's just obvious. So it's a brand new quoting system. Okay. Um, and everyone that's used it has said it's more flexible. It gives you much more intuition and information that often customers want. Okay. I'm going to preface this. Up until literally only 1 hour ago, I believed the system didn't allow you to put all the services in. Okay, now it doesn't. However, one of the super duper team up there that helps us senior group leaders came back to me and told me the workaround. And I put it on the SGL group, and everybody's gone, yes. So what I'm going to do is actually show you what I intend to do because listen, you cannot we have to accept that we have to evolve. True? There are some people, that quit because we don't fill in paper applications anymore. Are you aware of that? There are many that got very upset when it went digital. Now, look, I, like everyone, I think we're all a little bit averse to change. Is that true? I think so. We just like the status quo. Okay. However, I'm glad that I don't have to go round in a horse and cart anymore. I'm glad I bothered to take on and embrace the technology of a modern car because I like the comfort. I like the fact I'm nice and warm and cozy. I've got a fantastic sat nav that just gets me there. So I have to admit that I embrace change. And so whenever UW has ever brought anything in, I've always said, go for it, Lisa. Try it. And invariably, I've been really pleased. Do you remember the last big change when they shortened the presentation from, I don't know, something like 22 slides down to 5? Lots of people said no. I said, no, come on, let's do this. I've been really glad because I think what's happened, I think we're all a little bit that our attention span has gone down. I understand on Facebook, if it doesn't hit somebody within 3 seconds, they move on. Isn't that dreadful? Yeah. But it's the way of the world. It's the way we are. We want instant coffee, don't we? Instead of preparing a lovely cafetiere or doing it all yourself. Yeah. So I'm going to show you what I've learned. I have the permission of my lovely next door neighbour that I'm allowed to share this. I'm not obviously sharing her name or anything like that. Um, and I suppose those of you that are that way inclined, you probably um, you probably will be doing some scouting and looking for yourself, but please don't. I'd rather you didn't. Okay. So let's share my screen. And here we go. This is the one we want. Right, I know you're seeing it now. Could you give me a thumbs up that you're seeing my screen? Brilliant. Okay. So I want to show you what I do. Now, I'm not saying it's perfection, okay, but I have got a nice little bit of history that I'm very good at signing up hundreds of multi-service homeowners that stick. Okay. I'm just putting it out there, all right, because everybody does it the way they want to do it. And there's no such thing as a hard and fast rule. What I'm showing you is what I'm doing, all right? So here we go. Now, this is my general screen that I use. Okay. I'm going to show you this first of all. When I'm doing an appointment, as you know, I use postcode finder to ensure that I get the correct address. I then jump on Google Maps to make sure if I'm doing face to face, I know where I'm going, I know how much time I've got, and I jump on the street view to even see the house that I'm looking at. And if I'm very, very socially unacceptable, I'm looking to see that the garden is neat and tidy and it's not littered with mattresses and the like. Okay, because I want to ensure that if I'm taking the trouble to get in my car and use my petrol, which is going up at a terrific rate, that I'm actually spending my time wisely. Because this time, the biggest thing we've got, yes, it is. All right. So I do all those background checks, including this one. And I'm going to click on it. Money Supermarket. So in the good old plants, one I prepared earlier, this is my next door neighbour. So, oops, hang on a minute. Let's get it. There we are. So here is where you can change the address if you wish to. Can you see where my mouse is? The hand. It's moving. But I brought it up, and this is her address. And in fact, just like me, she's electricity only because we are so rural, there is no mains gas. But we all do have LPG in big tanks that are sunk in the ground in our gardens. Okay, so that's just giving the facts. Now, I'm going to show you that if I click on this, all right, so you can see, I've naturally put the address in. I've put in that it's electricity only, and she is Money Supermarket is correct. She is with EDF, and incredibly, she hasn't been on a fixed rate. She's been on standard variable. Oh my gosh. Right, you don't want to be on variable, do you? In fact, I was at a business networking at 6:30 this morning, and I'm saying to them all, even if you don't come over to me, just make sure you fix. Okay. So it tells me the National Database for Electricity, which is known as ECOS, she's using roughly 1,265 kilowatts a year. I don't know if any of you know, that's really low. That's a low usage of electric. Okay. And no, she doesn't have an electric vehicle, and no, she's not considering one. Okay. And so I put it in, and I put in an email address, it's my other one, to get the quote sent to me. So look, I press see results, and up it comes. It tells me the usage, and now it tells me that roughly she's paying £519 a year, £43 a month. So I know what she's spending. Okay. Now, don't quote me here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure how up to date this is in terms of, in this last week, have we seen prices of like fuel going up every day? In fact, I filled up last Wednesday my diesel with my car, and I was lucky enough to pay 142. Over the last 7 days, I've seen it increasing. And in fact, today, as I was coming back from my business networking, there was a Shell garage, 166. So what we're seeing is absolutely astronomical. And of course, as we know, it's being reflected through energy suppliers too. All right. So there's the situation there. Now, this is where it gets good, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. So now I'm going to click on here. And it is uw.co.uk/quote. It will bring you to it, and it's brought up partner. All right. So get ready to make notes, okay? But I want you all to try this out. So I'm kind of saying it's face to face. Well, it is going to be honest. It can't be any closer. All right. It's walk round my garden and go into hers. But what I'm doing here, first of all, can you see? This is great. There is face to face, start a remote appointment, support, and I'm just getting a quote. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm just getting a quote. Would I like to open an existing quote? No. Okay. And was she introduced by any existing customer or connector? The answer is no. So now I go get quote. And you'll kind of recognize this, won't you? Yeah. All right. So I'm now going to put the postcode in. Oh. Can I ask somebody to mute themselves, please? That has come in and they're not muted and I can hear them. Right. Hang on. I've done that wrong. Don't laugh. I only live here. I think it's called senality. Right, guys. So she's Lavender Cottage. Okay. Does she own it? Yes. Now we go get quote. Now watch. This is all going to look a little bit different to what you're used to. Now it says build a bundle. Now remembering, we're just getting a quote at the moment. And I'm going to do this before all of my appointments at the moment until if they develop it more. So the first thing I'm going to put in is I'm going to do broadband. So you can click more about broadband. Now, look, guys, this is the reality. This is real. This is what happens. You're seeing it. This is what I've got. Now, actually, I have got 11 megabits. And that's because the telegraph pole is in my front garden and everything I've always said is true. And the other cottages that run off it, they're further along. So they're getting worse than me. But what do you think I'm going to say to her? The reality is, I know who she's with because she's told me. She's with Now TV. Okay. And she is currently paying, not a lot more, but she's paying £28. But it's a bit cheaper. Okay. So what's the good news? Well, you've got to point this stuff out. This is a guarantee, unlike other companies, that this is for 18 months and it won't go up. How good is that in this economy? There's a real benefit, okay, an absolute guarantee that price won't go up. And I'll be saying to her, look, you know the speed that's coming into your house, it is what it is. You know that. Because we haven't got Openreach have come and given us full fibre. We haven't got Wessex Internet that have been promising for 5 years. They're what we call an off net. All right. They haven't done anything. And I'm sorry, but I'm not prepared to give Elon Musk with Starlink £475 set up, £199 plus £75 a month. No way. It's not happening. Okay. So this is the truth. I say to her, it comes in, but our router is really good. And as technical as I get, and there'll be people like Alan Barwick on here that's going to laugh his head off when I say it reaches the parts other beers don't reach. It's a great way of showing that you're not that tech. You don't wish to be. Okay, I promise you. So I'm going to select the plan. Okay. And there we go. Now, there is a landline number, but she hasn't given me that yet. You know, and I know when I put that in, that will take away the £1. All right. So you can still use your landline. Okay. Yes, she wants to. Okay. She doesn't need any of that. So we say no at the moment. We don't need a call package. I don't know the number. All right. So when I go down, and by the way, I want you to look here, look at all this information. So if you're not sure, and she says to me, so let's say she says, what support do you offer if I've got problems with my broadband? Well, I'm hoping all of you, the answer that you would come up with is I'll nip round. It'll take me all of about 30 seconds. Yeah. But I can say to her, we offer an in-app troubleshooting tool to help you fix any problems with your broadband. And if you can't resolve the problem on your own, you can call our customer support, who will run diagnostics remotely and help you find a solution. Look at all this stuff, guys. This is good. This wasn't on before. This is a positive, right? So I'm going to add it to the bundle. Now, be aware, folks, by adding it, it's put it at 27 because I don't know the landline. When I do it, it won't be there. It will be 26. Are you with me? Can you give me a thumbs up if you know what I'm saying? Yeah, cool. Now, the next thing I'm going to put in the equation is I'm going to put the mobile. By the way, this is doing a quote. Now, there's two of them. So I know from what she's told me that our Essential Max is perfect. However, the other person is her grown-up son. And he's one of these, that uses everything unlimited. So I'm going to go unlimited. Okay. I'm going to leave everything no. Remember, we're just giving a quote at the moment. Okay. Look at all these again. Information. Add. And then I'm going to say to her, I know you don't need unlimited, but do you know what? If we add the next one, you're going to get it free for 6 months. And then it's £10 a month, which only works out at £5 a month over the year. True? Yeah? Okay, so I'm going to do that. By the way, just so you know, the son is spending 25, so 23 is cheaper than 25. And it's going to be free for 6 months, then it's a tenner. So for her, she's paying 19, which is 228 a year. That's now going to be £60, isn't it? That's really good. So I'm going to do that. Add it there. And I'm going to say no, no, no at this point because we're just doing a quote. Okay, so now it's giving me the option to add more. I don't want to. I'm just going to save. Look at that, save the 2. All right, so now we've got 2. Now I'm going to go energy, electric only, standard meter, by the way. I know her usage. I'm going to put it in because you saw me. I got it, didn't I? The actual usage, 1265. That's right. Yeah. No economy 7 meter, no prepayment, and budget plan. There we go. Now this is going to look a little bit different to what you're used to. Okay. Now she's currently paying, because it told me, £519 a year at £43 a month. So our variable is cheaper. She's going to go, oh, well, I want that. And I'm going to go, no, 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 no. Now I want you to hear what I'm going to say. You need to fix until the end of February next year because prices are going through the roof. And tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, they're going to be higher. It's a little bit like, this is what I was, it's a bit like a fixed mortgage. You know, when you fix your mortgage, it's like hedging your bets. It's a bit like roulette, really. So when you fix, you know you've got certainty and you expect to pay a bit more because you're fixing your mortgage. This is similar. All right. But, oh my gosh, she's going to thank me massively. Now, look, you can look at this. Look how good this is. It tells you all about it. All the bits and bobs. Isn't that cool? And it even tells you how we calculate the cost. Look at that. There we are. Isn't that great? It's all there. So we select it and we go add to the bundle. Okay, so now we've got 3. Now, this one I'm not sure about, so I'm leaving it out for the moment. So we're on 3 here, and it says, oh, we're not, we're on 4 because we've actually got 2 mobiles. So it says, by bundling 4 services, you've also unlocked 150 welcome bonus to the cashback card, cheapest energy tariffs, £400 towards any exit fees, and 30 days to change your mind. How cool is that? Yeah. So it goes without saying that you would add the cashback card. Okay, there we go. Information. Now, the only thing I've already given feedback on. I really don't like this on average. The cashback card customers earn £14 a month. What kind of customers earn £14? I earn regularly 40. So I'm a little bit like, that's a bit interesting. With our top spenders receiving 38. I guess that puts me in the hierarchy because we average 40, 45. Oh. Okay, so anyway, this is what I say to them. Look, there's a trial period. It's free for 3 months. It doesn't matter. Let's order you one because it's free. We'll stick it in. Yeah, why not? Because if you don't like it after 3 months, it is £3 a month, although I couldn't give a tinker's about £3 a month when I'm saving 40. Yeah, it's all about the way you say things. Yeah, we'll put it in there. Okay. And you can still do all this stuff. Yeah. But this is the great thing. And if you don't know how to say it, you say, well, do you know what? I'm going to say to her, well, you know what? As soon as you activate that card, you're going to see £50 free money given to you. Do you know what? You don't pay tax and insurance on that. That's worth 90 quid. So you're going to spend free money to go and get more free money back, which you don't pay tax and insurance on. I mean, is this a no-brainer or what? Yeah. So add it to the bundle. Now, I want you to see what's going on here, guys. So now I've got energy, broadband, and 2 mobiles. Now, this is a quote I've added in the cashback. There it is, monthly cost 95. Now, share my quote. Okay. So I'm going to put mine in there. Otherwise, she's going to get fed up with receiving them. Okay. And I'm going to put the mobile number because I want to show you what happens. No, you can add another mobile number. How good is that? You can add another email address. Yeah, isn't that good? Because that can go to their partner. Brilliant. Right, there we go. Send. And it's saving the quote. It's been successfully sent. So now I'm going to show you what happens. Look, I'm going to click on this because I've screenshot it to my, oh, look, here we are. Look, guys, that's what comes in the text message. When you click on this, it takes you straight to the quote. How good is that? You click on that and it takes you to the quote. Now, I can't click on that because I've saved it and I've put it into my WhatsApp so you can see it on this for a Zoom. But what I'm now going to do...
I can't see that, Lisa. I don't know if anyone else can see it.
Oh, sorry. I've got to do a new share. Thank you for telling me.
Right.
I thought you could. Right. I think it's coming in now.
Yeah, I can now.
Yeah,
I can
right.
now.
So I have screenshot this on my text. I've put it onto my WhatsApp so I'm able to show you on this Zoom. So if I click that, what happens? It goes straight to the quote. So now let me show you, all right, because on my emails, tell me if my emails are coming up. Can you see my emails or have I got to do a new share? All right, just bear with us. Okay, I'm going to do a new share. So I'm pretty chuffed that I do all this, you know. Can you see UW, your quote?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, this is live. This is what comes to the email. You've seen what happens with the text. Look, there it is.
Yep.
There it all is. Now watch. You can do continue to my order. Watch. Let's click it. So, guys, what I love is all prepped ready. Now I
Can't see
put,
it.
you can't. Oh, sorry, I've got to do
No.
another new share. Apologies. Hang on. Hang on. Bear with us. Another new share. I think save time, save money.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right, we're there. So when I clicked that, it's taken me to here because guess what? Now I put in her postcode. Watch this. DT119AJ. Oh, hang on.
It's
Oh,
not doing anything.
no, it's
Oh,
me.
yeah.
Right. So now you're thinking, but she's doing it again. No, I'm not. Watch. Lavender Cottage. Yes, she owns her property. Now watch this. You see, it says get quote, but wait and see. I'm so thrilled that we can do this. Right, here we go. Now look, you see all that? What we then do? Oh, hang on a minute. It came up
It's
before.
not
No, no,
anything.
no. It came up. That it came up the quote, and it said retrieve quote. Now, why hasn't it? Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Hang on, hang on, hang on. Let's see. Why quote bundle? Hang on, just bear with us, guys, because it did retrieve a bundle. Let me go back to my right. Hang on. Let's do the share. I want you to. I really want you to see that this thing works. Otherwise, you won't believe me. Right, you're looking at my emailing. Yeah?
No.
No, it's not coming.
Oh, we are now. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Remember, I'm running on 11 megabits, guys. Give me some breathing space. Right, here's the quote. Now look, this should, it is here. Continue with my order. Your quote is saved. Right. I'm clicking it. Enter your continue. There it is. Oh, this it's come up different. I had to continue now. Let's have a look. Let's see what I think you're watching all this. It should. Ah, yes, there you go. Can you see? Has it
No.
no? All right, I got it did do it. It did do it. Hang on. Let me do share again. I know I'm expecting a lot from my system. Can you see your bundle?
Yes.
Can you now see the energy, broadband, and mobile are all highlighted? And it
Yeah.
says note counts as two services. So what it's done when I go to see her, it's done what I've always wanted, which is all the services, as far as I want them, are there to show the price. Yeah. And there it is. So now I can edit. I can do some edit because I could add insurance. All right. And then it gives us that. And you could do those bits. How good is that? Yeah.
Mm.
But I decide no. She says no, I don't want that. Okay. So then she says, yeah, I like the look of all that. And I say, well, shall we just show you what this is? So we go edit, and then I show her the fixed, and I can show her all the bits. Yeah. And she says to me, yeah, but it's cheaper on variable. And I say, all right, well, I do that. And I say, yeah, but it won't be that tomorrow. It's not going to be that next week or the week after. It's going to keep going up and up because of Iran. Yeah. And I will then explain why that is the best option, because it's certainty in a very uncertain economic world. Yeah. If she said to me, oh, I really don't know about this energy lark, we can remove it. Watch. Now, what happens? So now we're down to broadband and mobile. Still two. She's still got the £400, still got 100 welcome bonus. Can you see the flexibility here, guys? Yeah, I know it's a bit quick because obviously there's a lot I'm doing, but I want you to see that I actually think this is amazing because look, she's got her broadband, she's got 2 unlimited data mobiles, she's going to get 100 quid as well, and the monthly cost is £50 a month. I'm sorry, I don't know many companies out there that could offer broadband and offer 2 unlimited data mobiles for 50 quid. And in reality, she won't pay 50 quid because if she uses that cashback card, it'll be even less.
Yeah.
And obviously, if you go forward, if she says, yeah, next, then it's the usual thing as we're used to seeing. Yeah. Has that changed to your details?
Yeah.
And then obviously I'll fill that in.
Yeah.
But obviously I'm not going to do it because I can't. I'm not with her. So what I'm now going to do is go watch how to end it, start again.
And also, if you've got someone on the 6-month free broadband, they'll have that taken off as well. So it's even more saving, isn't it?
So look, feel free, unmute yourselves because we're over time, but I expected this. Right, I want you to all, if you can, ring like crazy anybody if you can get them later, but don't get them at 8 o'clock because at 8 o'clock I'm going to send it out again. Claire Hingott and Hannah Leaning are going to be showing this.
Yeah.
And Hannah has had she's been trialing it over the last week. I haven't, I'm being honest with you all. But now, in fact, I'm the lady that just found out that you could do this, put all the services in, because there's lots of us want to do that. Because I tell you why I want that. If you think about, right, I'm giving you the psychology here. You know, most customers will ring up anyone as supplier. Let's say they ring up Sky. Do you think they expect, with an advisor at the end of the phone, do you think they expect to be doing it? No. It's all done for them, isn't it? Yeah? Because the advisor is the experienced one. So it's a bit weird that what I'm hearing at the moment, the customer has all the control. If you're doing it like remotely, well, do you know what? I will be going all out to be face to face with people at the moment because I want the control. Not because I'm a control freak, but they don't know what they don't know. And do you meet people like me that say, oh, I'm only interested in energy? All the time. All the time. Oh my God, imagine if you just put energy in there at the moment, what it's going to look like. No way. So I'm going to do this, do the pre-quote, get it all together, and we go in there with that pre-quote, and then we can play around with it. So they see the benefits of why you've added in these other services.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Anybody
Lisa,
want to ask
repeat that. You're going to send out a quote to them.
No, I'm
and
not.
let them,
Oh
no,
no,
send
no,
it
no.
to yourself.
I'm
Send it
sending
to
it
yourself.
to myself.
ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it means that when I turn up,
you've
I've
done
actually
it.
got it there. It's all there.
Yes,
It's
right.
yeah. Because I just know that if you leave it to them, I always say They don't know what they don't know, and they dismiss things before they know what they're dismissing. And that's just daft. If I had £1 for everyone that I have made an appointment with that says, I only want gas and electric, or I'm only interested in broadband. In fact, no, there isn't someone here, but I thought there was. I did a 20k last summer, which was a real last minute job. It was a motor fest. And this lady came over and she said, I'm only interested in broadband. You cannot help me for anything else. And I just always go, yeah, fine. And I make the appointment. Then when I was doing it with her and I'm showing her the stuff, she went, ooh, ooh, oh, that's interesting. Oh, I thought octopus were the best. I said, if you weren't with UW, I'd say be with octopus as you are. I said, but you can't make gas and electric any better. Are you aware of that? It's the same stuff coming down the cables and the pipes. So why not have better service and have it on a simpler billing? And why not forevermore pay less? And they go, yeah, that lady ended up taking mobile broadband and energy. And she was adamant it was only broadband. So I just know that the way to do this is multi-service, best prices, simpler billing, and they become our best customers, sticky, stay, and you get referrals. But I'm going to advise you, please, please, I do think I'm going to be jumping on tonight at 8 o'clock. And I have got somebody to sign up. I've got my neighbour, and I've actually got somebody else who's a physiotherapist that's been referred to me. I think I'm going to be working till midnight tonight, but I don't care. Because you know what? I don't know what the prices are going to be tomorrow, and it's a bit scary, isn't it? Was that helpful?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, it was. Thank you.
It hasn't meant that you are an expert or I'm an expert. Do you know the way we get good at this? We practice. And do you know how you get the practice? You ring all those people that you've never got and said, oh my gosh, something amazing's just come in. It's brand new. Oh, I really need to practice. Look, I know you're not interested. So in that case, could you be my human guinea pig? Can I practice this on you? Yes. That's the way you do it. Right, guys. Who knows what will be happening next week on Tuesday? Can we have any anyone going to bet? How much will the price of diesel be next week? I've seen it at 166 today. I reckon we could be looking at 190 next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aruna.
Yeah. I did a quote today for my friend, a very close friend. We went to school together.
Yeah.
They are
Can we talk about this afterwards out of this, because this is being recorded? Is that okay?
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
that's
okay.
fine. That's fine. Right, guys. See you all next time. Same time, same place. Okay. And I hope that was helpful. And jump on Hannah Leaning and Claire Hinger, because they are magic.
Yes.
8 o'clock. I'll send it all out again. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.